Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is the weekly update. As always, very first link below is Weekly Shonen Jump. Please check it out. This week had a bunch of new blood in it, or, newish blood. The only actual new thing, of course, was Niru Way of the Martial Artists, which had a really strong start. Really excited to see how good it is. Like, fantastic chapter 1, I could see this being really, really fantastic, but it really comes down to the follow-through. Like, the idea of it being a martial arts high school series gets me really excited. Like, what immediately comes to mind, of course, is Harry Potter, but instead of magic, it's martial arts. But, like, that and also the page with Niru with, the horse and the bow, or I think it was just arrows, and then, like, a gun. Like, the idea that he's going to be mastering a bunch of martial arts, and not just, like, hand-to-hand combat, but a bunch of other things that require training and mastery. That gets me really, really excited. Like, it's been a while, I think, since I've had a character in Jump that I've really liked who has been a generalist. I feel like a lot of series do our main character is going to have one move or like a few very tight moves, and you can, based on that, you know how the fights are going to go. It's going to be pretty simple, and then all the complex stuff goes to the villains or it goes to side characters. Or, eventually at some point, maybe the main character gets a lot of, stuff that, like they branch out, but at that point, it's like near the end of the series. Whereas the thing that makes me excited about Niru is the idea of someone who is a master martial artist who continues to grow and who continues to change in many, many different ways. And especially, like, within the context of a modern slash archaic high school situation where the stakes are going to be kind of low starting out. And, you can do a lot of fights without them having to be life or death or without them having to have, like, really, really heavy stakes. Like, I'm hoping that we get a lot of martial arts for just the sake of martial arts, or for the love of learning martial arts. That would make me really, really happy. So, apart from that, of course, Red Hood, chugging along, not nearly as into Chapter 2 as I was into Chapter 1. So, I mean, still giving it a chance, still giving it until Chapter 3. There's still plenty of potential for it to hook me. Uh, Chojin X is fantastic, 10 out of 10. I don't remember where I ranked it. Let me actually check. Uh, I ranked it, yeah, number 2 this week, which feels right. Like, Undead Unluck, Chojin X, Niru as the top 3 is A, very refreshing, and B, a very good sign for both of those series, because, like, there weren't a lot of slouches in here. I really liked Dr. Stone, I liked Me and Roboco, I liked Elusive Samurai, like, every chapter this week was good, and I think that shows off, like, how well everything did. Nine Dragons, of course, didn't do so well. This was the final chapter. I like the series, and this was not a great way for it to go out, but I get it. I at the very least, I'm glad that we got to see all 9 dragons. The team was assembled. They got to do a game. For a series like that, I'm honestly happier that it is a bit lukewarm here, because that means the mangaka were not aiming for a series where they could wrap it up in 20 chapters and have it be a nice, complete thing. They were aiming for something bigger. They were aiming for a series that would go on and on and on. Like, I 100% believe if they weren't getting, like, pressured near the end, that we would probably be like, it would probably take till chapter 30 until the 9 dragons were assembled. I feel like the mangaka had good ideas for all the characters, and we probably would have gotten a lot more time for them to breathe had we been given, more time. But at the same time, I get it. Like, I liked the series well enough. I'm still going to think about a lot of these characters as just strong archetypes that I enjoy. Karen is still just a delight. I don't think I've ever liked a manager character in a sports series as much as I've liked Karen. 100%. But, like, the art was never amazing. The storytelling was good, but not, like, explosively good. Like, it was no Chojin X. Whereas, like, Chojin X is the kind of thing where, based on these first 2 chapters, I don't care how long it takes. I will wait any amount of time for the next chapter. And I have confidence that each chapter is going to deserve the wait. So, did the Dr. Stone popularity poll. That was a fun little time. There's a lot of references in this write-up, by the way, to, like, oh yeah, I did 2 of these. Usually I, like, do one little thing that kind of, like, sums up my feelings about the week. This one is just a quote. Sometimes for, like mostly volume manga, I will take a quote from that volume and use that, like, in addition to the rest of my text here as a, like, this is the quote that I really liked here. This feels a little self-centered in that this is just a quote from me. I was just listening to myself say this during the like when I was listening through the episode in order to like get the timestamps, and this made me laugh way more in hindsight than it did when I was actually saying it. So I recorded it here, and then this is just Roboco references. Roboco is a wild series. So all I'm really hoping for is that, you know, some of these new series manage to stick around. I don't know if there's another one coming up or not. I don't know if I want to know, actually. I should probably know, actually. Let me know if a new, like, if a third series is debuting next week, just so I can, like, think about what I'm going to push into the pre-recordeds in order to, like, get a little more time. But I'm very happy that, like, Jump is still really, really solid, and all I want is for some of these series to stick around a bit longer, which is, you know, partially on the mangaka, partially on editorial. Like, I've got high hopes for some of these. It's just, you know, it's up to the will of Shueisha. And with that, thank you all for continuing to support the channel. I appreciate it every single week. It makes me very, very happy. Even on weeks where we don't have Jump, it makes me very, very happy. It gives me this warm, glowy feely in my chest that carries me through the week. Anyways, that's about it. Go watch the episode. Go watch the reaction. Bye for now. Nya nya.